Hello, I'm Meg Mill, functional medicine practitioner, and today I want to talk to you about why you're always tired. This is one of the most common complaints I hear from people. Low energy, fatigue, always feeling tired. And there's many reasons. So let's start with the basics. First of all, you need to sleep. So that's one thing I say to people when they come in and they're like, I'm so tired, but I'm up 5 times a night, or I have a baby that wakes me up every hour, or I sleep by someone who snores, or I snore, or all of these things. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're not getting the replenishment, the rejuvenation, all of the things that are supposed to happen overnight. So first and foremost, we need to get you to have a good night's sleep. And what does that take? That may take moving to a different bedroom. That may take setting up some boundaries. That may take some long-acting melatonin. That may take a nighttime ritual that relaxes you. It may take changing the temperature of your room. It may take wearing a sleep mask, or maybe wearing earplugs, changing the room, making it cool, dark, and quiet. It may take eliminating your phone from your room. Do you scroll? Are you watching this at 3 a.m.? What are you doing if you wake up? And how are you getting yourself to be able to go back to sleep? So we need to look at sleep hygiene. We need to make sure that you're sleeping. And some of that is routine, it's lifestyle, it can be environment, it can be other people in your surrounding, and some of it is hormones, some of it is lack of nutrients. So we're going to get into, the chicken or the egg. So if you don't have enough nutrients, you might not have enough energy, but you might not sleep well. If you have hormonal imbalances, you might not sleep well. So we need to look at all of these things. If you're not regulating your nervous system, you might not sleep well. You're a whole person, so we need to put all of these pieces together. So are you getting enough sleep? We can do another whole show on that because we really could use all that time. But I want to dive into some other things here. Then we need to look at gut health, because in a minute we're going to talk about nutrients and absorbing the right nutrients. In order to absorb the nutrients you need to be able to digest and absorb what you're eating. So if you are eating the absolute most beautiful, perfect diet and you are not digesting and absorbing those wonderful foods, you are not getting the nutrients that you need. I see some wonderful diets and people making concerted efforts, eating organic, eating colorful, getting enough protein, that have nutrient deficiencies because they're simply not digesting and absorbing the food they eat. So we need to make sure that you're actually digesting and absorbing. So we need to make sure that you have a healthy microbiome, that you have a balance of good microbes, of bad microbes, that we don't have a lot of overgrowth that are causing inflammation, because inflammation can reduce energy production. Your microbiome can affect your neurotransmitters. We can see leaky gut that can affect systemic inflammation. We have all of these things that are affecting you. We also have to look at your nervous system, because when we're looking at gut health, we need this nervous system balance. We need to be in the parasympathetic nervous system to release stomach acid, to release bile, to be able to have peristalsis, to get your food to go through the GI tract. We need to have digestive enzymes released. We need to be in that optimal nervous system place, not living in the fight or flight nervous system, to be able to do what we need to do to digest and absorb nutrients. So that's very important. Gut health, nervous system. You're going to hear me talk about gut health, nervous system a lot, and they're connected. So I want to look at the connection there. The next thing is nutrients. So we need iron. So we need to be able to get oxygen to ourselves. So without enough oxygen, our cells can't produce the energy efficiently. So iron is essential for creating hemoglobin that carries oxygen to our cells. So that's one of the most common nutrient deficiencies that can lead to low energy, because too little iron, less oxygen, less cellular energy. So remember those 3. We also need to make sure we have B vitamins. So B vitamins are really important for energy. Sometimes taking a methylated B, I always say methylated B because so many people have the MTHFR genetic variant. So if you have that variant, you need methylated B. It's very common, so just opt for the methylated B in the first place. We need B12 to make red blood cells and maintain nerve health. We need B6 to convert food into glucose for energy. We need B1 to convert carbs into energy. We need B2 to help us break down our proteins, fats, carbs. B3 for energy producing enzymes. So you need to make sure you have enough B vitamins. You also need to make sure you have enough magnesium. So magnesium is required for over 300 enzymatic reactions. It's essential for converting food into ATP, which is our cellular energy. It can help regulate our muscles and our nerve function. So low magnesium can also be something that makes you energy deficient. We also need zinc because that's needed for over 100 enzyme reactions. We need selenium. Selenium is really important. It actually helps protect against oxidative stress, but it's also important for converting our T4 into T3 to make sure you have enough free T3 thyroid to actually get into your cells. So we need enough thyroid function in order to feel the energy. We need vitamin D because that can affect mitochondrial function. Vitamin C actually helps iron absorption. CoQ10 is part of our ATP production, so we need CoQ10. So we're looking at the nutrients. You need to make sure you're digesting and absorbing and eating the nutrients. Then we need to make sure we're hydrated because even 2% dehydration can produce brain function. So we need water for all of our cellular processes. It helps support nutrients. It helps remove waste. It helps maintain blood volume, oxygen delivery. So we need to make sure that we're staying hydrated. We also need to make sure we have blood sugar balance. Glucose is your brain's primary fuel source. So stable blood sugar equals steady energy. So high sugary foods can raise that blood sugar and then crash it. Raise it and crash it. So we want to make sure that we're getting steady blood sugar. Fiber and protein slow glucose absorption for stable energy. So we want to make sure that we're eating fiber. We're eating protein. Protein provides that steady energy without that blood sugar spike and drop. Protein's also essential for neurotransmitter production. So we need, and it can actually stabilize your appetite. Amino acids are needed for enzyme production. So we want to make sure that we have protein. We want to make sure we have good fats. So fats are an alternative energy source to glucose. They're essential for our hormone production. We need to be able to absorb, they're needed to be able to absorb A, D, E, and K. Those are fat soluble vitamins. So we want to make sure that we are able to absorb and take in good fats. Another thing that you can do is time your meals. So, and this is sometimes where we're looking at timed eating. So we can look at time between meals. We can look at a fasting type timing. Everyone's a little bit different in what timing works for them. It's something that we sometimes have to play around with when I'm working with people, because what is the optimal timing for you? And it can be unique for every person and for their current health state. So if someone has very low adrenal function, the timing of their meals may be different than someone else who doesn't and is trying to lose weight. So we're really looking at variation of timing, but we want to really pay attention to do not let your blood sugar drop, because your energy is going to drop. And then also you'll probably grab something that you need to just boost that sugar right there. And then you're going to get, again, the energy and the crash. We also have energy zappers. So things like caffeine can deplete B vitamins. Alcohol can disrupt sleep quality. Food sensitivities. Processed food lacks nutrients, so we need to make sure we are having the nutrient-dense foods. Sugar causes energy crashes, so we want to look at energy zappers. Those are just some of the things. And then we want to look at stress. Remember when I went back to talking about that parasympathetic nervous system? So chronic stress can also deplete our B vitamins. It can affect our nutrient absorption. It could change our microbiome. It makes us not digest as well. It can increase our nutrient needs. It can play a role in changing our hormone levels. It can disrupt sleep. It can impact our food choices, and the list goes on and on and on. Also, on its own, low cortisol can also make you feel tired all the time. So you just feel like that energy depletion. Sometimes when I show people their cortisol curve, it's like, oh my gosh, this alone just shows me the reason I'm always tired. Sometimes just even having that data to see, okay, this is what's actually going on in my body. That's why I have no energy. So we want to look at our stress response. What are you doing to decrease your stress? You can't always change what's going on around you, but you can learn to regulate your nervous system, and you can do the things that make you feel safe and relaxed within any environment. So you need to work on those and put those in your daily routine. So these are some of the most common reasons that you are tired all the time. But then we need to look deeper. We need to say, okay, what's the underlying cause? If you're not digesting and absorbing your nutrients, why? What do we need to do to fix that? So you can start with your diet. Are you actually eating foods with these nutrients? Are you actually regulating your nervous system? Are you sleeping? Are you drinking? Are you doing the basics? And if you need more assistance after that, then you can look into the why behind that. But they're great places to start. So let me know if you have any questions, if you have good energy, if you need improvements, and what you're gonna do today. Please like and subscribe. I always wanna provide you more information on things you can do every day to be healthier. Have a great day.